I literally can't believe I have such a huge delivery of dolls. Hello lovelies, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Candy, and here in the doll room I talk all things doll collecting. Now today I have got the biggest new doll haul that I think I've ever bought. February has been quite a high buy month for dolls, unexpectedly, and I am so excited about this giant box I've got down here on the floor next to me. Now, what's in the box? First of all, before I show the dolls, I'm going to rewind in time back to one of my very first videos on this channel. I think it was my third video I uploaded on the channel here, and it was a shop with me video after a 25-year break away from doll collecting. That video showed my very first trip to the shops to look at doll ranges again. That trip was incredible. It was the first time I'd seen Shadow High in the flesh. It was the first time I'd seen Rainbow High in the flesh. It was the first time I'd looked at OMG dolls. It was the first time in 25 years to look at Barbie. I'd never seen the Fashionistas. I'd never seen Barbie extras. Everything in the shops was just so new, and it was an incredible trip that was, in one hand, nostalgic, and in the other hand, completely new and from another world for me. Now, on that trip, I think there was a range of dolls that I spent the longest time looking at, and they just completely blew me away. And I've got one of those dolls here, and that is the Mermaze Mermaidz dolls. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I just couldn't believe it. They really blew me totally away. I think one of the things might have been the fact that their tails, some of their tails are almost like snow globes. And what you might not know about me is I am a collector at heart, and I also collect snow globes. I have an ever-growing collection of snow globes wherever I go in the world. This one was picked up at Petra in Jordan. Wherever I go in the world, I try and find snow globes, and I love snow globes. So to see a range of dolls with almost like snow globe tails, it just blew me away, plus the attention to detail. The only thing that I couldn't believe was the price tag. They ranged from £36 to £42, and although I could probably justify that for a Playline doll with all of the incredible detail in these dolls, it was completely way out of my budget. I'll put a little clip of that video of me first spotting the Mermaze dolls in here. I just wanted them all. Look at the box on this one where you can actually touch the tail and the hair. Let's not forget to mention that hair on that doll. And the box art again, it's just stunning. Now, coming home and watching videos about them, I realised that they don't need a doll stand. They can stand up on their own tail, which is just brilliant. So I decided just to live vicariously through lots of channels on DollTube sharing them, and I watched as 2 lines came out with 5 dolls each time. So there were 10 dolls released altogether, and then I think another couple of dolls with slightly larger play sets as well. So there were about 12 dolls altogether before they announced that they were finishing. The whole range was being discontinued, which was, I felt incredibly sad about, even though at that point I hadn't got a single doll. And that's probably, I think, if I'm guessing, why they were discontinued. The detail was what we want as collectors, but the price point that came with it was just that little bit too high, I think, to make them viable. So I then started watching really closely. Sometimes I think when a doll line finishes, it can go one of two ways. It can either they become really rare and everybody still wants them and the price goes up and up and up immediately. I've seen that with some of the popular Barbie extras that I'm trying to track down. The price is just going up and up. However, sometimes I think if retailers are left with a big backlog of the dolls, which I think must have happened, it goes the other way. The price starts to come down and down and down. And that's what happened with the 12 dolls that were released. I watched them come down from £42 all the way down. I managed to track down 8 out of the 10 key release dolls. So I've got 8 of them now. None of them are opened yet. I can't wait to get them all open. I might have plans to display them somewhere really prominently in the house as well. I'm still toying with ideas of where I'm going to display them. But I tracked down 8. A lot of them were £9.99. I got a big bulk of them for £14.99, and the most expensive I paid for 2 of them, I paid £19.99. So I was really pleased with that. I got about 8 dolls for probably less than the cost of 2 full price, and for me, I'm really happy with that. I'm really thrilled. I can't wait to start opening them. So after Christmas and having a break on my channel at Christmas, I came back to start filming videos here again, which I'm loving, by the way. And in that time, I thought, right, let's have a little scroll around and have a look and see what dolls have come out while I've had a few weeks, 6 weeks away. And the first thing that I saw on eBay were another range of Slumber Party Mermaze Mermaidz dolls. There was another 5 dolls. They were all really high price. You can see here, this is where I first discovered them. They're £50. I was like, have they come back? What's going on? Are they being re-released? Why are they so expensive? I then did a little bit of detective work and heard different people on YouTube saying that they hadn't come back, they were still discontinued, but the Slumber Party range had been planned before they ended, and there were just a few sort of stock dolls, the initial release, but not many, and a lot of people couldn't find them anywhere. So I was intrigued. Another 5 dolls to track down, but £50 I wasn't going to pay that. And then I looked at The Entertainer, which is a UK toy store which tends to have not as many dolls, to be honest, as Smith's, and they'd had all 5 of them on the Entertainer website. I couldn't believe it. They were already reduced from $42.99 down to $29.99, I think, or was it $39.99 down to $29.99? Anyway, there was a small 20%, 30% reduction, and I very nearly ordered my 2 favourites there and then. I decided to wait because it's still a lot of money and sleep on it, and just to see if I still felt the same in the morning, to put that pause in to doll collecting. So the next morning I thought, yeah, I'm gonna buy one. I'm just gonna buy my favourite, and went back onto the Entertainer website, and there was 60% off. They were all down to £14 a doll, and at that point I ordered the whole lot, all 5 of them, and that's what's in the box. All of the Mermaze final release dolls, the Slumber Party dolls, and I can't wait to look at them. And to be honest, I've only looked at 2 of them. I haven't even looked at the others properly, so I'm not going to unbox them today, but I am going to get each one out and we're going to have a look at them together to see what I think, and I cannot wait. So they are real, they do exist, they can be found, and here they are. So here is Bryn in the box. Now this was actually one of the dolls that I wanted from looking at the images of them. Now she has got a colour change fin and she's got this glorious face. Look at that, with the gold eyeshadow and a heart necklace. I loved her top and the fur on her top. I love the fact she got this bag. I mean, look at her face, isn't she amazing? On first glance they look a lot simpler than the first wave of dolls, and there's this strange fur. You can see that that's got the colour change aspect in there. The box is sealed this time. It hasn't got that cutaway that they had on the first wave of releases. And then she's got this kind of stripy moulded tail that looks like it's imitating pyjamas, and then this glorious aqua braided hair. Now when I saw the stock picture here on the back, I just thought she looked just so ethereal with the stripes and the long braids. So the two that I had initially wanted to order was Bryn here, and then this one with this grey hair and the yellow tail. And I heard online that people are calling her Granny, so it was Granny that I wanted. I suppose it kind of fits with my age, but there again is another picture of Bryn. That is Bryn. She is just, oh, she's stunning. In the box is Cassia. So this is the doll that they are calling Granny, which just cracks me up. Now her hair, it looks really cut short in my doll the way it is in the box. So she's got this two-tone hair which isn't quite as grey as it looks in the stock images. I don't think it's much more sort of platinum pinky blonde with this aqua. And she does definitely have short pieces around her face, but it's much more pronounced on my doll here. Of course I ordered these online, so I didn't get to look at hair or faces beforehand. So if we turn it over, let's have a look at the image here. So you can see, yeah, she does have all the short pieces around her face, so I might have to do some work on the hair. And then the tail is this kind of corsetry design with this really beautiful layered lace top. I just think she's gorgeous. So there's the tail that we can see from the back of the box. Okay, let's have another look from the front of the box. So you can see she has a fabric top that's layered with the lace. I just think that's beautiful. Again, she comes with a bag as well. She's got much cooler sort of ice makeup and earrings that match the aqua of her hair. And you can see the tail as well. It is moulded plastic like the other doll Bryn. So that's Cassia. So that is doll number 2. So these 3 that are remaining are the 3 that I've not really looked at, to be honest. And this one is Zuna. So I am blown away. She is absolutely stunning. I don't think that she photographed quite as well as she looks in real life. Look, she's got freckles on her face. Look at that face. Wow. And she's got, they look like alien earrings, and yeah, that definitely looks like some sort of alien face mask. She's got this gorgeous combination of orange and pink in her makeup and in her hair, which again is incredibly long. And then that sort of UFO theme is picked up in this glittery sort of space themed top that says "Time to Believe." Oh, I love her. Is that a magic 8-ball as well? That keys in with that idea of believing, and that's got like a green chain. It's like a magic 8-ball handbag. The black and the green matching. Look at other accessories which I think are wonderful. The tail again is a lot plainer. It's all plastic moulded, and it comes down to this shape at the end. She's incredible, and look at her box art. That is amazing. So she's got these 2 ponytails as well, the way her hair is styled. I just think she's amazing. Right, let's have a look on the back. So this is the box art on the back. Again, just incredible. And there she is. You can see her in beautiful detail. I love the way they've done the hair. And there she is in the photo that I saw online. She really didn't jump out at me at all, but I think in the flesh, now I've got her in front of me, she is possibly my favourite so far. So wow, am I glad they were going so cheap that I could get them all. I think she's incredible. So are we ready for the next doll? And wow, look at her. Isn't she absolutely incredible? She's got this purple and pink colour scheme going on, which in the other ranges of Mermaze Mermaidz, they have done this colour scheme really successfully, I think. And it kind of contrasts with that sort of red lipstick there, pinky red lipstick. She is really glammed. She's got this sort of Hollywood starlet fur cape, this fur trimmed 2-piece pyjama set, which is amazing, and what looks like a really girly makeup bag there. And she's got this detailing on her tail, which comes down to a really feminine little bow, which looks like mine has got a slight dink in it there, but that's fine. She's got the silver earrings, and then these long tresses, all stemming from what looks like an up knot on her hair, which we can see a little bit more easily in the artwork on the front of the box. She is an absolute beauty. Look at her. Wow. So again, I think I like her more than the 2 that I would have ordered initially. And again, I don't think she stands out quite as much there. She looks a lot more just your bog basic pink girl. But in the flesh, she's so interesting. So she is called Monroe. Of course, is this a hint of Marilyn Monroe about her? I already said she reminded me of some sort of Hollywood starlet. So the fact that she's called Monroe, it makes sense. And look at that sultry artwork. Isn't that beautiful? The back of her tail has a faux zipper, which I'm loving. And I think she is stunning. In person, she looks a lot less bog standard pink girl and a lot more Hollywood starlet as well. You can see there's the colour change aspect for the tail. It's the bow. It seems to be the base of all the tails that have the colour change aspect if you're going to put these dolls in water, although I am not going to be putting them in water. So yeah, she's beautiful. And I don't think any of these dolls come with stands. I don't think they do. I think these might be standing on fishtails again, although I've not opened the box, so I can't be totally sure about that yet. Oh my gosh, the last doll is Kinsley, again with a colour change element of the moon. But look at this. This looks like leather. How on earth is that the colour change element? Oh my gosh, I love this doll. This doll, I don't think I'd taken her in at all looking at the pictures. But she's got this sort of smoky blue grey hair with this blue and pink makeup, and then really kind of futuristic gold and silver jewellery. Her earrings are moon hoops. She's got stars on her bag, so she's a lot more like to do with the cosmos, isn't she? She's got like the sky on her tail, she's got clouds on her tail. I think she's got clouds built into her fur jacket as well, and she's got moons on her little denim piece that's showing through there. Again, she's got long hair, but it's the tail for me, for her. I think that tail is incredible. And look at that face. Wow. Oh, you can see there she's got a star earring and a moon earring. Wow. I love her. And again, if you look in the stock image that I saw online, I hadn't really clocked this moon tail because it's kind of covered up in the picture, but yeah, you can see that I don't think she translates quite as much as these two, but in the flesh, in person, she is incredible. So you can see the jaw here a bit clearer. You can see that top underneath a little bit clearer. The printing on this jacket looks a lot clearer than the printing on the jacket on the doll itself. I'll have a look at that again in a minute. And you can see it's drawstring with a hood. Coming down to the tail again, and you can see she's got jewels through the tail as well, which I love. So that's the back of the tail. You can see the jewels sticking out there. Right, let's have a look at that hoodie jacket again. So you can see the ties. Yeah, some of that printing is not quite so clear in the flesh on top of the fur, but you can just about make it out. But I think she's completely stunning. Look at that. So now what I want to do, I want to compare the last release that we got before we knew that they were discontinued. So this, I've chosen like the pink and the bluey purple one to compare with Monroe. You can see the boxes are different sizes. They both got the name of their range on the box. So these were Winter Waves, and this one is from the Slumber Party range. And you can see that they've really reduced the size of the box down quite substantially. So we can kind of gauge where they were trying to go, probably to cut down costs. The general layout of the box with the zigzag was the same. This cardboard is like, it's got the holographic effect on, as did this one, so it's pretty much the same, but it's just a smaller box. And if we compare the dolls themselves, there definitely seems to be a cutback in some of the detailing. So this one has chains in her hair and just a one-piece top though, whereas this one has got no chains in her hair, but she's got the long coat. And if you look at this, the tail was one piece, but it was a lot more detailed on the base, whereas the tail here slightly simpler. They both came with a bag. This doll came with, look, a coat accessory as well, so the coat is there, it's just not on the doll, whereas here they've put all the clothes on the doll to reduce the size of the box. And look, you've got accessories to play with there as well. So we're missing on this new range, they were cutting back on some of the details, some of the accessories. They were not putting spare clothes in the box, they were putting all the clothes on the doll to reduce the size of packaging as well. And if we look at the back of the boxes, the kind of artwork layout was the same. You can really see the difference in the size of the box there. And if we have a look at this full range, you can see that a lot of them do have a lot more detail on them than these dolls here in this range. So I think the details are just slightly cut back on, and the packaging size and the accessories that they came with, but of course we never really got to see it happen apart from these odd few dolls that made it to market. Okay, I've just got a box out from the first wave of the first 5. So these were the first 5 dolls where the box was cut out so you could see the tail, and you will see that these boxes are actually the same size. And if you look at the detailing on the doll, there are no accessories with this doll, and this is again just a moulded tail with very little detailing on the clothes and without all the detailing in the hair. I think that if you compare the Slumber Party range with wave 1, they're actually even more detailed. I think they hit a middle ground with this third wave. I think it was more detailed than the first 5 dolls, but not as detailed as the next 5. It was a middle ground for them, reverting back to that smaller box as well. And again, there were no accessories with this first range of dolls, so it was a return to where they'd started, but still with some of the detail of the second 5 dolls. So what a shame. They were really testing the water and trying to find their happy ground, it seems, and yet they didn't succeed. So it is a shame. They were learning as they went, so I feel really sad that they went, you know. I think they are beautiful dolls. So those are the wave of the first 5 dolls. The 2 dolls that I haven't managed to track down, this one and this one, they are on Amazon still, but they haven't reduced down enough for me yet. So even if I don't end up getting them, I am so happy with the dolls that I do have. But I think that there is a very similar attention to detail in these 2 sets of dolls. Like I said, I really do think that they were trying to learn their lessons as they went. They were returning back to that middle ground between the 2 releases. It's a shame. They were great range. So that's it, guys. That's my biggest new doll haul ever at £14 a doll, when I've been trying to collect them all and knowing that this range is really hard to find. In fact, at one point I thought it was actually an urban myth that these 5 dolls even existed, or at best a scam. I just can't believe that they were sitting right there in the UK at £14 a doll, 60% off their retail cost. So for Mermaze and Slumber Parties, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time in the doll room. Bye. We have a serious amount of doll unboxings now.